started this thing a couple of weeks ago. I was just saying to the team, there are so many people that entertain us on TikTok, so many people who make us think, make us laugh, sometimes make us cry, sometimes make us do some introspection. So many stars on social media, right? And we started this thing called TikTok's Got Talent.
TikTok's Got Talent on Breakfast with Martin Bester.
And one of those people that's definitely, it's got a fantastic following and just cuts through, just does the most amazing posts that are actually uplifting. There's also a lot of nonsense on TikTok and social media. It goes under the name Left Sleeve. And just his delivery and the way he connects, and there's a certain vulnerability and raw honesty about this guy. I don't know if you've seen him or follow him. This is one of his posts, which is a poem.
I know you're tired of being strong. And when you feel vulnerable, it feels like you're doing something wrong. But let me tell you the truth. Sometimes you're allowed to be what you feel. And just for a second, it's allowed to be a big deal. Because just before you give up, I promise you, God is gonna interrupt, reminding you that there's nothing that you have to do alone, because a power greater than you will always guide you home. You see, He loves you with all your mistakes, and yes, He might let you bend, but He'll never let you break. Today you're gonna stop giving power to people, places and things, and all the unhappiness that it brings. Because you are enough for the one that made everything.
His real name is Fani Walkinshaw. Lekker om jou te ontmoet.
Lekker julle, lekker om hier te wees. Dankie dat ek hier kan wees.
Now, so talk to me about Left Sleeve.
Where the name comes from?
Yes, there's quite a story here. Because this oak is originally from the Polokwane area.
Yes, I am.
But now he's lucky enough to live in wilderness.
Yes.
Man.
We are blessed.
Dit is nou 'n lekker plek om van ons stories te vertel. Ja. Daai wilderness. Was jy daar gewees? Dit is uitsonderlik, dit is besonders mooi. Take me back to Polokwane.
Yeah, so I grew up in Polokwane. I was there from the age of 3. So I went to primary school there. Was very fortunate to be put in like a staunch English pre-primary school. So as an Afrikaans kid, Fani, it's about as Afrikaans as they get. I grew up there. I went to Afrikaans primary school, Wiskwil, and PHS as a high school.
Hey, Victor Matfield's old school.
Yeah, Victor Matfield's old school. Yeah, indeed, cool. Yeah. His mother was a teacher in the city as well. So yeah, I grew up there, stayed there till the age of 24. I went to study in between, and then to the age of 24 before I moved to Middelburg, and worked in retail for a while there.
Okay. And how did you end up in wilderness?
So I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. So the first couple of years in sobriety, so my sobriety date is 16 March 2019. It was all about kind of surviving and learning to adapt to life. And after a while, I realized, but I need to kind of go on with life. It's one thing to survive, but I have to live this life. So previously, I worked on the ships in the US, and I wanted to head back there. And just before I went back, I phoned a family member in wilderness, told them, look, can I just come and get some perspective in wilderness? And they said, yes, sure.
Some downtime.
Yeah, just some downtime. You know, I'm 38 years old. I need to think, I mean, if I'm going to be on the ships, how are you going to settle down? And they eventually suggested that I start a business there with them.
Okay.
And it was that actually that led to the journey where we are today.
So this business, did that take you to TikTok?
Yes, because I needed to make ads for the business. And once I put on the camera and the red light went on, I froze. I was like, I cannot live like that. So on 6 September 2023, I heard about TikTok. So I downloaded it, figured out all these filters. I was like 12 years old on the screen. I'm like taking it off. And I made my first video and all it said was TikTok. Day 1, 2 followers. What a legend. and I made videos for 90 days because in recovery we get taught that when you get out of rehab for 90 days you need to go to a meeting, and that helped me. So I thought, hey, let's make videos for 90 days. And it started off like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a diary, like a daily.
Yeah, it was called my daily diary entry. Yeah.
And how many followers do you have now?
On all platforms, just short of 1.6 million.
Sure.
And you gain these followers by just being yourself.
Yeah.
And being open and honest. And obviously people gravitate towards it because it's also very encouraging.
Yeah.
So when did you realize that you need to give more of that?
So before I went into rehab, I had a very selfish life. And it was only then that I realized, so my favorite quote in the world is, I can only keep what I have by giving it away. And when I realized that, I started making these things and I started putting them forward and I started putting them out there. And every single one of them is for me. They're all about my struggles. So if you listen to Dear Me, it's about Fani. Every single one is something that I am aspiring to change in me, that I am aspiring to do. And I say that I'm struggling because I am. I mean, it's a beautiful life, but I'm allowed to struggle. I'm allowed to feel everything, but not sit in anything. And I just started making them for me.
We'll get to the point where he called himself Left Sleeve on TikTok. If you want to go and follow him there. As jy hom klaar volg, moet jy weet, sê vir my how's it. Ons het hom uit die wildernis uitgebring. Stad toe. Om vanoggend hier saam met ons te hang. Dit is Fani, aka Left Sleeve on TikTok. TikTok's got talent, man. This guy inspires, encourages. And we'll do some more of that. Well, TikTok's got talent because there are incredibly, really talented stars on social media these days. And who are they?
Yeah.
Let's meet them on the show because we're curious and inquisitive / nosy people. And we love asking questions about what's happening on social media.
Yes, we do.
It's public. And one of the TikTokers that stood out for us goes under the name of Left Sleeve. His name is Fani Walkinshaw, originally from Polokwane, now lives in Wilderness. Beautiful deel van ons land. And he just told us a story about how he ended up there through addiction, a recovering alcoholic and addict, you said.
Yes, that's it.
And you needed to clear your head before you moved on with your career,
Yeah.
I guess. And that's where you kind of learned the art of telling stories.
Yeah.
And telling a story sometimes just start with being honest.
Absolutely.
Telling your story. You don't
Yeah.
have to tell Shakespeare stories. You just tell your stories. And people gravitate towards it because there's a sense of honesty and raw emotion in the stories that you tell. Because people need to know that there's hope, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
No one's life is perfect. It varies in degrees.
Yeah.
But so often you just get caught up in the negative and the struggles and the problems that you have.
Yeah.
That you need someone to tell you sometimes it's okay, firstly, to be imperfect.
Yeah.
It's okay to be flawed.
Absolutely.
It's okay to have struggles.
Yeah.
But it's even better getting out of it.
Yep.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And people gravitate towards it. There's some Left Sleeve love coming in this morning, which I'll play for you in a moment. But
Fantastic.
explain to me how did you end up with that title
Left sleeve.
or that handle?
Yeah, so obviously the sleeve part's pretty easy. Prior to having Left Sleeve as a handle, I had a page called Hoys, HOYS, called Heart in Your Sleeve. So I took the sleeve part because I wear my heart on my sleeve. The left part is actually something in my life that was my biggest burden. So when my mom was 8 months pregnant with me, she had my two sisters in the car and she had a blackout and she drove underneath the truck. So they passed away and I got hit on the steering wheel on the left side of my head. So I have brain damage on my left side. So my right side is my fountain of youth. It'll never get older than 12 years old, so it'll outlive me. But at school, I got bullied for that a lot because I was this cripple guy. At school, I got operations from the age of 6 to 15. And you were always on crutches or recovering. And it was this thing that I just wished I could be like everybody else. Why not? Because when it came to sport, I had pretty good hand-eye coordination, but I couldn't keep up. So I was always behind. And it was like, why am I like this? And it was only when I got to rehab and realized I made it alive to rehab that if I was an able body and I was had the ego that I already had multiplied by the fact being an able body, I would have died.
Sure.
So my right side saved my life. So the left side's mission in life is to protect the gift. So I made it left sleeve.
Once again, highly relatable. How often do we not want to be ourselves?
Yeah.
How often, and especially with kids, I suppose, taking her back to school.
Yeah.
You always want to be someone else.
Someone else.
Or the cool kid.
Yeah.
The first team captain.
Taller, richer, funnier, have more friends. Famous, all that kind of stuff.
We
Yeah.
were talking about the negative effects of popularity with those girls this morning as well.
Yeah.
Bullying. You mentioned a word there that is highly topical today.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
I did not. I heard about it downstairs.
It's shocking. It's something that has become more commonplace in schools, and that's bullying.
Yeah.
Where kids would bully someone, well, for various reasons, but one of them might be a challenge that they have.
Yeah.
You think to yourself, that is a perfect opportunity for compassion and
That's
kindness.
what it's needed.
Yeah.
But it's just how the world works.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just people gravitate towards, well, not everybody, but some people.
Yeah.
And you experienced that at school.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got bullied for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I got bullied for that. But even in today's time, I look at the way we use social media, and I still think we bully like publicly, and people love it. Like if you look at views, we get sensation views. So what people do is they take a hate comment and they put that on a page and they rip this guy a new one. So what we're doing is, yes, the guy bullied and yes, we are sorting it out, but put a good comment on there. Man, you changed my life. You won't get views.
Yes, you're so right.
We
That's
won't
very
get
true.
views.
You
But
are
if you
so
put up
right.
there like, oh, this is not for me, and the guy goes off on your mom and all your profile pictures and all that, we sit there and watch it and share it, and it has 1 million views.
Yeah.
Somebody put up there like, look, this lady said she loves my content. There's 9 views, people like it and scroll by.
But that's why it's important you're here today.
Yeah.
That is why, because what you do gives a lot of people hope that you can use social media and still get likes and views
Yeah, absolutely.
for just being nice.
Yeah, just being nice. Being you, authentically. I think that's important.
Hey, how's that for a message today? Just being nice and kind can also make you popular. Not that popularity is everything, but we need to have the other side.
Yeah.
If you are that person who is kind and is nice, you do have a tribe. You're not alone.
Absolutely.
I think people feel like they are othered because they are nice and they're kind and they are isolated. But you've got a massive tribe behind you.
Oh, it's about balance, man. The nonsense I can sometimes watch. And it's not nice all the time. Like that guy that dresses up like a bush and scares people. And I feel like a bad person
I
For
love
laughing.
him.
because
I love him. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love him.
Because I'm like there for it when people like,
I love
genuinely get
him.
scared. I'm like, Martin, why are you enjoying this? But I do. It's about balance, right? It's
Yeah,
about
it is.
balance.
Absolutely.
It's never. It should never just be the one or the other.
No.
But it's okay and it's cool to be kind. It really is. And the love is coming in, man.
Left sleeve. Jy is 'n eyster en ons almal se hero en ek sê vir jou ek's trots op jou en ek weet ons almal is en ja, hierdie is jou sussie. Ek wil net vir jou sê dis my amazing om jou vanoggend te hoor en jy is awesome en sal altyd my favouriteste boetie bly.
Love her.
Love you to the moon and back.
Another Gerda.
Oh, yeah. Okay. How many kids are you?
We are 2. Yeah.
Oh, so being the favorite brother then is not.
It's difficult to pick.
Oh, that's very nice. Dankie vir jou boodskap.
I actually had the pleasure of seeing Left Sleeve a few months ago in the East Rand, and it was incredible. The improv is just completely next level, and really found it very entertaining. And yes, at the same time, he touches one's heart with what he says. It's amazing. Well done.
So do you take it to the stage?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
wow.
Yeah, so we've been very fortunate. I've done 13 shows now,
Oh,
including Abu Dhabi and Dubai.
Oh.
And we're heading in the whole September. We are in the UK. Oh, not in the UK. We start off in the UK doing a show for some retired English cricketers and some Man United players.
Oh.
And then we're heading to Italy from the 7th to the 10th of September.
Okay.
And then on the 11th to the 14th, we're in Greece. And then from the 15th to the 18th, Estonia.
And what is the show about?
So it's improv. It's improv poetry, but it's fun. So you guys give me the titles. You give me the title. You give me the genre,
Theme.
happy, sad
Right.
themes, doesn't matter, and we make it up right there and then. So a lot of my content is not scripted.
Wow.
These days, some of them are because I want to give a certain message. But
Okay.
yeah, normally it's improv. I did a show now in Polokwane as well. We don't script a single word except, hi, my name is Left Sleeve.
And this sounds like a great thing for corporates to book.
Yeah.
Would you do
absolutely.
corporate?
Yes, we have a couple of corporate bookings.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
People just DM you.
Yeah, DM me. These days, I prefer that they send an email to admin@left-sleeve.com. It's much easier to do that because I see how the platforms work is when you reach a certain following, they kind of discard certain DMs. They put it in a hidden box.
Yeah.
And then they get lost there.
Yeah, they make them
and
spam.
it's a big problem. Yeah, it's a big problem.
And then you're like, these are hidden messages.
Yeah.
Sounds ominous, and then you check it out from time to time, or like spam, I
Yeah.
suppose. Well, that is amazing, and it's amazing how timing is everything in life, I believe. You know, we started the show this morning talking about this the bullying video out of Johannesburg that went viral, and they both have kids.
Yeah.
Kola has young kids, girls. Yours a bit older, and it's a new world. It's a new time, and some kids clearly think that would be cool. They'll make you part of the in crowd if you're a bully. So having you here today, bullying comes in many forms. Yes, there's the obvious one where you bully someone physically at school, but social media, there's a lot of psychological bullying, mental, mense wat mense afkraak. You mentioned it earlier, just people who think they're funny and they are entitled to trolling.
Absolutely.
And making negative comments. And I always remind people that it's unimportant.
Yeah.
That's the word I use. It's unimportant.
Absolutely. I think
your view and your trolling in that moment is unimportant.
Absolutely, and social media gives you the space where they can hide. So you can like put your thing out there anonymously and not be held accountable for what you did because it's a different handle, it's not your face, you just disappear, delete the account. So it's very cowardly.
It is 100% cowardly, but the reason I use the word unimportant is because those people do it because they think it makes them seem important. Like they are welcome to the conversation. But in the greater scheme of things, I'm not being ugly when I say it. I think about it. It's in that moment, it's not important. To tell someone, if you're with all due respect, an unsuccessful person and you feel bad about yourself and you think to yourself, the way that I'm going to make myself seem important is to break down a successful person or someone who's done something successfully, and which is obviously debatable, but it isn't. You're not important for doing it. In fact, you're unimportant.
See, my thing is, I look at those people and my first thoughts are always, jy wil aandag hê, and I don't mean this on an ugly level at all, jy soek aandag, and you haven't healed from cuts that other people have made, and now you're bleeding on everyone. You want attention, but you're going about it the wrong way. Do you know what I mean?
Constructive criticism is important.
Different story.
If you're adding to that person's career or whatever they were doing, if you're part of a conversation and you've got something to add that's going to make them better or bigger or feel better about themselves, then it's important. But just being plain old nasty.
You just want attention. And you know what it is? It's like when kids, they always talk about how kids will do, and sometimes they say dogs do this as well. Negative attention or good attention, it's still attention. This human being just wants attention but doesn't know how to go about getting the kind of good attention they actually want. So they'll settle for bad.
But you can't fight with it all the time.
No.
You can't give it attention all the time. Why don't you counter it with some kindness?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And by putting an important, positive, hopeful, encouraging message out there. And that's what I want to honor you for. That's what you do.
Thank you.
And you clearly have landed. People like it. They crave it.
They need it.
You've got like over 1 million followers that want that message, and it's so important to note that yes, just by being kind and nice, it's a good thing.
What I absolutely love about it is we tend to believe, and I suppose by and large it's true, that it is the negative that goes further, especially online, especially on social media.
He said it,
and you can go viral for the right things.
You can indeed.
Good job,
Grace.
man. All the best with your shows coming up, and keep them coming.
Thank you, Martin.
Vulnerability is cool sometimes.
Very cool.
It's important.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I love your message. And on a day like today, when a video of school bullying went viral, and it's not just about those kids. You see it all over the world in various forms. What would your message be to the world when it comes to bullying and being nasty for the sake of bringing other people down for the sake of elevating yourself?
So I think in today's world as well, we don't live where our feet are anymore. I live through you or through the next person. So if I don't heal from my wounds, other people has to heal from having me as a friend. And that's a problem. So a quote that I don't want people to forget, there's two things. The one is, you cannot choose the people around you, but you can choose the people that surround you. And that is very important. So I did this poetry piece that I'll do a short part of, that I kind of want to just tell everybody I'm proud of them. But I wrote it for me. It goes like this. It says, "Dear me, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the person you've become and those eyes you see the world through. I'm even proud of the way you struggle in this daunting daily juggle. I'm proud of the way that you always show up, even on the days it's with half a cup. I'm proud of you for never, ever losing hope, even on the days that you're at the end of your rope. I'm proud of the person that looks back at you in your reflection, regardless of rejection. But most of all, I'm proud of you for who you are, and all the wrinkles and all the scars."
Sure.
That is incredible. That is profound. That is amazing. And it's necessary to hear that. Left Sleeve. Everybody, follow him. Go and see his shows. We're broadcasting Gauteng and across the country and the world. Book him. Maybe your employees and your clients need to hear this. Bless you. Liefde in die wildernis.
Oh, dankie vir julle. Thank you for having me, guys. It was such a blessing.
Ons benei jou. As ons weer daai deur reg ons vir jou kom
Absolutely. My
kuier.
door's open. My door's open.
Funny, lekker om jou te ontmoet.
Have a great day, guys.
Good
Thank you
job,
so
my
much for your
friends.
time.
Left Sleeve.
Breakfast with Martin Bester.